Hey friends, my name is Ernie. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling a topic that affects millions of people worldwide but doesn't get nearly enough attention: lactose intolerance. Whether you've been recently diagnosed or suspect that dairy might not be agreeing with you, this video is going to dive into what lactose intolerance really is, and more importantly, how you can thrive without dairy. For many of us, the idea of giving up dairy might feel like a huge challenge. I mean, cheese, ice cream, creamy sauces, these are comfort foods for a reason, right? But if you are someone who struggles with symptoms like bloating, cramps, gas, or even nausea after eating dairy, it could be a sign that your body isn't breaking down lactose the way it should. Don't worry though, today we're going to break it all down so that by the end of this video, you'll feel empowered and confident in making the best choices for your body without feeling like you're missing out on anything. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel so we can continue sharing health tips that help you thrive. So grab your favorite dairy-free snack and let's dive in. Let's start by understanding what's happening in your body when you're lactose intolerant. Lactose is a sugar that's found in milk and other dairy products. In order for your body to break it down and digest it, you need an enzyme called lactase. This enzyme is produced in the small intestine, and its job is to split lactose into two smaller sugars, glucose and galactose, which your body can then absorb. Now, if you're lactose intolerant, your body doesn't produce enough lactase. So, when you eat or drink something that contains lactose, it isn't broken down properly. Instead, it passes through your digestive system undigested, leading to symptoms like bloating, gas, diarrhea, and stomach cramps. These symptoms can vary in intensity depending on how much lactose you consume and how sensitive you are. The tricky thing is that lactose intolerance isn't the same for everyone. Some people can tolerate small amounts of lactose, like a splash of milk in their coffee, without any issues. Others might have a stronger reaction and need to avoid dairy altogether. Now, one thing that often gets confused is the difference between lactose intolerance and a dairy allergy. While both conditions are related to dairy, they are not the same thing. Lactose intolerance is a digestive issue. Your body struggles to break down lactose. A dairy allergy, on the other hand, is an immune system response. Your body sees protein in milk, like casein or whey, as harmful invaders and launches an allergic reaction, which can cause hives, swelling, or even more serious symptoms. So, if you're lactose intolerant, you're dealing with a digestive issue, and while uncomfortable, it's not dangerous. A dairy allergy, on the other hand, can be much more serious and requires strict avoidance of all dairy products. If you're wondering whether you might be lactose intolerant, it's important to pay attention to your body signals. Some common symptoms include bloating. Your stomach feels swollen or tight after consuming dairy. Gas. You notice more gas than usual. Diarrhea. Digestive distress often follows a dairy heavy meal. Stomach cramps, pain, or discomfort in the abdominal area after eating dairy. One way to find out if lactose intolerance is the culprit is to eliminate dairy from your diet for a few weeks and see how you feel. If your symptoms improve, it's a strong indication that lactose could be the issue. Of course, it's always a good idea to check with your healthcare provider for proper testing and diagnosis. Some doctors may recommend a hydrogen breath test, which measures the amount of hydrogen in your breath after consuming lactose. High levels of hydrogen can indicate lactose intolerance. Now, here's the part I think you'll really like. Just because you're cutting back on dairy doesn't mean you need to sacrifice a flavor or enjoyment. The food world has come a long way in creating dairy free alternatives that are just as creamy, tasty, and satisfying as their dairy filled counterparts. Let's start with milk alternatives. If you're someone who loves milk in your coffee or cereal, you'll be happy to know that there are plenty of options out there. Almond milk, oat milk, coconut milk, and soy milk are just a few of the popular plant based choices, each one with its own unique flavor and texture, so you can experiment to find the one that suits your taste buds best. Plus, many of these are fortified with calcium and vitamin D, so you won't miss out those important nutrients. Craving something rich and creamy? Enter dairy-free yogurts and cheese alternatives. From coconut-based yogurts to cashew-based cheeses, there's no shortage of options. And trust me, you'll be amazed at how close some of these products come to the real thing. Brands are getting really creative, offering everything from dairy-free cheddar to mozzarella and even cream cheese. And let's not forget about ice cream. Yes, you can still indulge. There are so many dairy free ice cream options made from almond milk, coconut milk, and cashew milk, and they are just as delicious and satisfying as the traditional versions. One of the biggest concerns people have when eliminating dairy is whether they will still get enough calcium and vitamin D. These nutrients are crucial for bone health, and since dairy products are a major source of both, it's understandable to worry about missing out. The good news is that there are plenty of other ways to get these essential nutrients without dairy. For calcium, look for foods like leafy greens. Think kale, collard greens, and broccoli. Fortified plant-based milks. Most almond, soy, and oat milks are fortified with calcium and vitamin D. Tofu and tempeh. These soy-based foods are excellent sources of calcium. Almonds, a great snack that's packed with calcium and healthy fats. Chia seeds, these tiny seeds are loaded with calcium and they are easy to add to smoothies, yogurt, and oatmeal. To naturally increase your vitamin D levels, getting some sunlight is one of the most effective methods. Just 15 to 30 minutes of sun exposure a day, a few times a week, can help your body produce the vitamin D it needs. However, if you live in an area with limited sunlight or prefer not to depend on sun exposure, there are plenty of other options. Many plant based meals are fortified with vitamin D, and you can also find it in foods like mushrooms or fortified orange juice. Another aspect to consider is how lactose intolerance can impact your gut health. When your body can't properly digest lactose, it can lead to an imbalance in gut bacteria, which can make symptoms even worse. Maintaining a healthy gut is crucial for your overall digestion and well being. One way to support your gut health is by incorporating probiotics into your diet. Probiotics are beneficial bacteria that can help keep your gut balanced. You can find probiotics in dairy-free yogurt, ferment foods like sauerkraut and kimchi, or in supplement form. These good bacteria can help improve digestion and reduce some of the discomfort associated with lactose intolerance. Additionally, keeping your diet rich in fiber from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can help support a healthy gut microbiome and promote regular digestion. At first, the idea of cutting out or reducing dairy might feel limiting, but the reality is that there is a whole world of flavorful and nourishing foods that are naturally dairy free. It's all about embracing variety and experimenting with different foods. For example, instead of relying on cream based pasta sauces, try making a sauce from blended cashews or avocados. You'll be surprised at how creamy and satisfying these alternatives can be. So, whether you are starting your lactose free journey or have been dairy free for years, Remember that there are plenty of options out there to help you thrive. You just need to get a little creative and explore the wealth of options available to you. The key is finding substitutes and alternatives that not only nourish your body but also brings you joy to your meals. A lactose free lifestyle doesn't mean giving up on flavor or satisfaction. It simply means adapting to what makes you feel your best. And here's a curious tip to keep in mind. Did you know that some aged cheeses like Parmesan and Swiss are naturally lower in lactose? This means that even if you're lactose intolerant, you might still be able to enjoy small amounts of certain cheeses without the uncomfortable symptoms. Of course, everyone's tolerance is different, so it's all about listening to your body and seeing what works best for you. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this video with someone who could use a little extra inspiration on their health journey. See you on the next video.